Okay, then.
Now, Aaron Donald is the best defensive player to ever play the game.
Welcome back, guys, to Super Scoop Episode 5. I am so
Sorry,
pumped. First NFL Sunday of the season. A bunch of games just happened.
my internet's being shitty.
That's not good. Um, right now, the Cowboys are tearing up the Giants. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about each game today. Um, Alan, you go first. What are your thoughts on all the games that happened so far today?
So, when it comes to like the games for today, um, I know I for sure predicted the Niners to win, and they did. I predicted the Rams to win, and they did. I think I took the Colts over the Jags, even though that was a really good game.
Yeah.
And I really didn't watch most of them, but the ones that I did watch all of the Niners game,
Good.
which was pretty fucking crazy. And I watched all of the Rams Seahawks game. The Rams were better than I expected them to be. Puka Nakua
Yeah.
went off.
Yes, he did.
The Rams didn't allowed three total yards the entire second half.
I'm not even gonna cap, bro. I take back all my disrespect from the Rams. They definitely surprised me so much. I really thought it was gonna be a blowout by the Seahawks, but Rams heard that and said, "Nah, hold my beer," and did it to the Seahawks, and that was just so unexpected.
Facts.
And even DK Metcalf himself said, "Who are the Rams DBs? I don't even know any of them. I don't either." And that says something. If no names are clamping people, they deserve to be known and recognized.
I want to throw out a stat for you. The Rams won 30-13. Matt Stafford threw for 334 yards. Not a single touchdown.
What the heck?
Kyron Williams had two touchdowns. Cam Akers had a touchdown. Cam Akers is terrible though.
Bro, Kyron Williams is about to take that number one spot.
I agree.
He's great.
The Rams ran the ball 40 times
Damn.
for a total for a total of 93 yards.
What in the world? Did your defense score any points?
Nope.
Damn. That says something.
We had three touchdowns. Kyron had two. Cam had one. And then Brett Maher kicked three field goals.
Sheesh. Yeah, I was very impressed with the Rams. They really surprised not only me but a lot of people. Um,
The defense balled out. I
yeah,
can't say enough about the defense.
yeah. I look goofy for my takes in my last couple of podcast episodes, but we win some, we lose some, and right now I took an L.
What a ballsy decision it was for Sean Payton to, even though they lost the game, came out on the very, like, the game hadn't even started. It's the opening kickoff, and he goes for an onside kick, and they get it.
Really?
Yes.
Damn. Damn.
But back to the Rams game. I also like with no cup, our young guys really stepped up, such as Puka, who went 10 receptions on I think it was 12 targets
Mm.
for 119 yards, and then Tutu Atwell going six receptions for 119 yards. Insane performances. Tyler Higbee even had 3 receptions for 49 yards.
Okay.
Um, Now we have an issue with Van because he dropped what would have been an easy touchdown because Quandre Diggs got spun around, but in Van's defense, he wasn't expecting the ball. Stafford had been going to Puka all game,
So he was kind of surprised, like, oh
and it
crap, they
kind of
actually
caught
threw
him
to
by
me.
surprise.
Yeah.
Do what?
The Jaguars looked really good.
The Dolphins Chargers game was insane.
Oh my God, yeah. Talk about a shootout game. The Chargers and Dolphins are real AFC playoff contenders. They're legit.
I mean, fuck. Tua may have threw an interception, but he still threw for almost 500 fucking yards.
Yeah, which is crazy. You know, Tua is going to be in MVP conversation,
I could see it.
and Chargers have a real shot at winning the division.
I don't know about that one, but I could definitely see it.
I think the Chiefs start 1-4.
Let me look at the Chiefs' schedule.
I think they play. I forget who they play next.
Let me look. Oh my god. You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
The Raiders are first place in the AFC West.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that because I know the Chargers and Chiefs lost, and then the Broncos Raiders game was literally for the division.
Yep. So the Chiefs play the Jaguars next week. And if Travis Kelsey's back, I think they win that game.
Yeah,
Then they go to the Bears, who looked god awful today.
they did. They they didn't impress me.
So they'd start out. I'm gonna say they start out 2-1. Then I think they go to the Jets and lose.
Okay.
They start out 2-2. Then I think they beat the Vikings.
Oh yeah, the
They're three and
Vikings
two
are
at that
trash.
point. And then they come home for the Broncos. They don't lose division games at Arrowhead. So that'd be 4-2.
Okay.
They stay home for the Chargers. I think they go to 5-2. They go to the Broncos. I think they honestly sweep the Broncos. That's 6-2. They come home for the Dolphins. They might, or they no, they're not home for the Dolphins. They're in Germany for the Dolphins,
Oh dang.
and I can see that game going either way. I'm gonna count it as a loss. They're what 6-3 at that point.
Yeah.
They come home for the Eagles. I think the Eagles win that game. They're 6-4.
Okay.
I think they go to the Raiders and win. They're 7-4. I think in December they go to the Packers. I think they win that game. They're 8-4. I think they
Ooh.
lose to the Bills. That's 8-5. And they
Okay.
beat the Patriots. That's 9-4. They sweep the Raiders. That's 10-4. I think they lose to the Bengals. That's what 10-6.
Yeah. No. 10-5. There should be 2 games left.
No, they'd have to be 10-6 because there's only one game after the
Oh.
Bengals.
Okay. Yeah. 10-6.
And I think they split with the Chargers to go 10-7. Or yeah, 10-7.
Yeah. 10-7. I can see that. I think out of all the, I agree with most of it. The only one I don't agree with, I mean, I do agree with it, but I think it'll be an interesting game. I'm gonna say the Chiefs and Packers one will be closer than a lot of people think. I still
I
have
could
the
see that. It's in December, you know.
I still have the Chiefs winning that game, but it'll
It's,
be a close one. I
I just think at that point they play a trader together. Pass Jones back. Don't see the Packers stopping the Chiefs.
yeah, I don't either. Maybe I mean the only possible way that it could happen is Aaron Jones, but I don't. Does he have enough gas in the tank? I mean, they could split with. He could split with AJ Dillon, but I guess we'll have to see.
Now, when it comes to the Chargers' schedule for the rest of the season, they obviously lost to the Dolphins today,
Yeah.
so they're 0-1. They play the Titans next week. I think they win that game. That puts them at 1-1. Then they play the Vikings. That's 2-1. I have them winning. Um, I have them losing the first one to the Raiders, so they're 2-2. I have them losing to the Chargers. That's 2-3. I have them losing to the Chiefs. That's 2-4. Beating the Bears. That's 3-4.
Who'd you say
I think
before
they beat the
Chiefs?
Jets. Do what?
What was the one before the Chiefs?
The Cowboys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So that's what W W.
I think that's 3 and 4.
Hold on.
Okay.
0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4. Yeah, so Chargers lose to the Jets. That'll put them at 2-5.
Damn,
And
2 and 5.
the Lions. I think they beat the Lions and go to 3-5. I think they beat the Packers and go to 4-5. I think they beat the Ravens and go 4-5 or 5-5. I think they also beat the Pats to go 6-5. I think they have the better team than the Broncos, so I think they win. They'll go to 6-5. I think they lose one to the Raiders and go to
Six and
six and
six.
six. They lose to the Dolphins, or not the Dolphins, but the Bills. They go to 6-7. I think they split with the Broncos, go to 6-8. Or I'm sorry, 7-8. Hold on, I lost track.
It's okay. Hold on, I'll check too.
So they lost to the Dolphins. They beat the Titans. They beat the Vikings. They beat the Raiders the first time. Or no, they lose to the Raiders the first time. Beat them the second time. Basically, I have them going 9-8.
Okay. So you still have the Chiefs winning the division.
Yes, by a game.
Damn. Okay. That's interesting. Um, the the other two teams that were surprising for me were the Bucks and the Browns. The Browns, holy crap. That was my biggest
Well,
surprise.
the Browns
Besides,
do own the Bengals.
oh, okay. So no overreaction
Like
from you.
I saw earlier that Joe Burrow's like 1-5 against them.
Damn. I mean, the Browns, they have Jim Schwartz, who's a really good defensive coordinator, and locked up Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. It's kind of crazy. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah, my biggest surprise was definitely the Rams, and that's a good thing because that put me in my place. Um, the Colts and Jags was a really good game. I enjoyed watching that game. It was super fun. Had me on the edge of my seat because I'm like, these are two teams I don't really care for, but they're very young, and I like to see it was pretty much the battle of former Eagles coaches, Doug Peterson and Shane
yeah.
Steichen. It was funny. Calvin Ridley was awesome.
He was. He very much so was. CMC was pretty awesome today too.
Yeah.
Getting it, running the ball the way he did is not something that I expected.
Yeah. I think that Steelers fans are going to be overreacting with this loss. I think they'll be just fine because the Niners defense is stacked. It's pretty similar to the Cowboys, but again, is I know that even though they're stacked, they still have to win against those good defenses. So they've got to take things more seriously, watch more film, and revamp and execute a better game plan, and especially on defense, they got to cover middle of the field better.
My issue with the Steelers because I did watch they they're going short all the time. Um, and I don't think they can run the ball that they want. Granted, they only ran the ball 10 times the entire game,
Yeah,
but I mean, steps is you have Kenny Pickett, who, mind you, didn't have like the strongest arm in the world, or even close to it. He
yeah,
doesn't have a very strong arm at all. You're making him throw the ball 46 times.
yeah.
That doesn't make much to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenny has to stop making bonehead mistakes.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I get it. The first interception wasn't his fault. It was, but it wasn't.
Right.
Deontay slipped.
Yeah,
But if he puts that ball in a better place,
yeah.
because he, Deontay had inside leverage on Jimmy Ward
He did.
or Charvarius Ward. Um, if he places that ball more leading Deontay instead of trying to put it directly on him, I think even with the slip, Deontay is able to make a better play on the ball.
I agree. It was a wild
The
interception.
other option was just a bad mistake.
Yeah. Um, yeah, the 49ers are a team that are, contending for a Super Bowl. And so are the Cowboys, obviously. You see their defense right now? It's crazy. The
It's
only
fucking insane.
the only thing that's holding Dallas back, unfortunately, is Dak Prescott. It's kind of like the same situation with the
I
Niners.
I wouldn't say that Dak is holding them back right now. Um, because Dak is being very efficient.
For the most part,
Uh,
but he still got sloppy throws.
he does, but every quarterback does.
That's fair. That's fair. Um,
They've dropped a 40 bomb on these dudes, bro.
yeah. Um.
But Dak also didn't play in the preseason. And something I've noticed is the QBs that didn't play in the preseason are rusty.
Mhm. Do you think that the Bengals and the Vikings have problems?
I'm not gonna overreact and say that they do because if you look at the last few years, the Bengals have started out slow.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow threw like five picks week one last year. Still made the AFC Championship game.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Um, as far as the Vikings go, I mean, They barely lost.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't. I'm on board with the Bengals, but the Vikings don't strike me as like a playoff type team because we were just talking about the the Chiefs and Chargers schedule, and you said earlier that you have the Eagles beating them Thursday. Both the Chiefs and the Chargers you have beating the Vikings, so right there that's 0-4, and they have other hard teams
Well,
they have to
that's fair,
face.
but that's let's take a look at the Vikings schedule.
Okay, yeah,
Let me
actually
pull it up.
I want to look at it right now too.
They lost to the Bucks, who we know has a very decent defense. At least, like I would consider them to be top 12 defense in the league.
Yeah.
Um, they obviously lost. That could be rust. You know, their starters don't play in the preseason. Meanwhile, the Bucks have been throwing their starters out every week, fighting for a QB job and all that. Uh, obviously, being on a short week, I think they lose to the Eagles. Only having really 2 or 3 days to prepare, and lose to the Eagles. They lose to the Chargers because I think the Chargers have the better defense. I think the Chargers just have a better roster overall
Mm-hmm.
outside of wide receivers. So that puts them at 0-3, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think they're gonna
I
be
think
able
they
to.
beat the Panthers.
Yep.
They beat the Panthers 1-3. They lose to the Chiefs. That's 1-4. They beat the Bears. They go to 2-4. They lose to the Niners to go to 2-5. And the Packers, the Falcons, and the Saints to get to 500 and go 5-5. I think they go to the Broncos in Mile High, and I think because they have the better roster, the Broncos have the better defense, but I think that the Vikings have the better offense, and I think that Jettas and will get the best of the Broncos defense, and they will beat the Broncos to go to 6-5.
Okay.
They play the Bears next to go to 7-5. They go to the Raiders. I don't think that the defense can keep up, and they will go to 8-5. I think they lose to the Bengals, Lions, 7. I think they split the Packers to go to 8-8, and I think they split with the Lions to go 9-8,
That's
which
exactly what I have them at.
which could get them a wild card spot.
Yeah, could. Oh man, yeah.
I think for my wild cards, I have Pez, um, I have the Cowboys losing the division and becoming a wild card. I have the Rams in the wild card, and I have the Lions in the wild card. Or I'm sorry, the Vikings in the wild card.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the Rams being in the wild card now. I can definitely see it.
Now, the only thing that sucks about the Rams is they have the second toughest next 4 weeks. They play the Niners next, which I think we lose. They play the Bengals. I think we lose. I think we beat the Colts, and I think we lose to the Eagles.
Damn, that's a
Put
tough.
us the Cardinals and Steelers. That'll put us at 4-3. Now this is gonna give me backlash because it's the Cowboys. Dak in October against teams that are above 500 at that point does not. You go back all the way to his rookie year. I don't know what it was like 3-12 or something like that
Yeah.
in October against teams that are above 500 at the point that they play. I think we go into Green Bay and win. So that puts us at 6-3. I'll say that we split with the Seahawks, but I really think that we're going to sweep them. Or sweep the Colts. That puts 7-4. I think we lose to the Browns because their O line is too good. That'll put us at 7-5. I think we lose to the Ravens as well. That'll put us at 7-6. I think we beat the Commanders, and that puts us at 8-6. Um, the Saints game I could see going either way, but since it's in LA, I'm gonna say that we win,
Should, yeah.
and that puts us at 9-6.
Don't forget you'll have Cooper Cup at that point.
Right, and I think that's iffy. I think we beat the Giants. That puts us at 10-6, and I have that puts us at 10-7 in the wild card.
Okay. It's definitely fair. Um,
We could lose to the Saints and put us at 9-8, but either way, I think we make the wild card.
yeah. Um, the Eagles game scared me today. We shouldn't have won that game. As an Eagles fan, we shouldn't have won that game. We were negative 141 in total yards. Um, I'm gonna recheck that. It was like it, the
No,
Eagles were.
here's all you need to understand about that game. You guys scored 16 points in the first 12 minutes of the game
Mm,
and scored 9 points the rest of the game.
yeah,
That should tell you everything you need to know about that game and why you guys should have lost.
yeah. Dallas Goddard had 0 catches. DeAndre Swift only had 2 touches. Brian Johnson, as an offensive coordinator so far, isn't looking like he should be one. Our defense actually,
Here's why I'm going to disagree with what you just said. This is the main reason why they were going up against the Patriots,
mm,
who always have a top 10 defense.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Oh, a big factor is they didn't play the first team offense in preseason, and I hate when they uh, don't play them because they have rust in regular season, and you don't want that, especially for week one. And it showed in this game with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did not have confidence in himself this game as to what it looked like because there was this one play where it was a third and medium, and there was a way for him to make the first down. He cut in the hole, and then he bounced back out because he was like, I don't know if I can do this because he didn't have confidence in himself. He bounced out and then went outside, and then you know ended up short, and then we ended up punting it to Patriots. Our defense is the main reason we won. Darius Slay, pick six. Oh, that's my boy right here. D Slay. Jalen Carter had a had really good reps in. So did Nolan Smith. Jordan Davis was had a big role. Um, we had some great defensive plays. We didn't have a sack until the fourth quarter, which was kind of sad because we just came off a season where we had 70 plus sacks, and we didn't have one until the end, towards the end of the game. What are we doing? There was barely any blitzes or any fun defensive plays where we could get to the quarterback. I mean, on on the defense's defense, um, Mac Jones was literally throwing the ball as fast as he could. Like Hassan Reddick was mid sacking him, and he just threw the ball on the ground near Zeke, and it didn't count as a sack because Zeke was there. So that was pure um, instinct by him. But it kind of shows like how he doesn't want to be sacked, which is pretty smart. But he took major sacks towards the end of the game where game was on the line, so that was bad on him. But yeah, the Eagles really scared me. It was a stressful game. Hopefully they can do better. I really believe that the Patriots should have won that though, given the circumstances. Hunter Henry had an awesome
Yeah,
highlight catch.
Tua had an insane catch. I don't know if you got to see it earlier. Uh, give me just a second. I'll find it and send it to you on Discord.
Okay, sounds good to me. So I want to see it.
Because and a star. I firmly believe that.
You think Paku's gonna be a star? Is that what you said?
Puka, yeah.
Puka. Okay, I got it wrong. I'm gonna try looking at my
It's
phone.
Puka Nakua.
Puka Nakua. Okay, got it. Yeah, I was when you were telling like we were in our group chat and you were saying Puka is about to have 100 yards. I was like, who's that? And it made sense. It was on the Rams.
Yep, he's a Rams fifth round rookie.
Damn. I mean, he played well, obviously.
He had like 10 which was where's the score? There it is.
All right, let me know when you send
Just
it.
put it here.
Stafford with backside
All
pressure
Alright,
wants
I
to get
just
rid
sent
of
it.
it into traffic and Nakua with the catch and the toe tap
You
at the
kidding me?
47.
Are you kidding me, Rook?
Wow. Damn.
Even got the toe tap.
Sheesh. Nice ball placement by Stafford. Damn. Okay. I'll have to. Yeah. That's awesome. Uh, the Eagles struggled that game. That's to wrap that up. Um, Jordan Love shined in um one of the biggest moments. I think that was like his first. Wait, what? No, no, it couldn't be his first starting game, was it? I don't think it was. But
I don't know.
yeah, he did do well. Um,
He did extremely well.
yeah, he definitely impressed
But
without
I
Christian.
will say this. It was against the Bears.
Yeah, that's definitely a fair point. But they did sign Tremaine Edmonds and um, didn't they sign Yannick too? And what's his name? Uh, Edwards from the
Yeah.
Eagles. They signed good players. They just I guess they don't have the defensive coordinator to um, coach them well. Because you can have good talent. It's all about the coaching, how they execute the game.
I
Like
don't
the
think they have the talent in the right places.
well, I mean, the counter argument would be like the Rams because I didn't know most of the people on the Rams defense besides Aaron Donald, and the Rams showed out on defense, which is insane.
That's fair, but you can have because the Rams defense it looked shaky in the first half.
Okay.
Let me let me go back to the Rams game and read you off some of the stats.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind these are basically first half stats because they only allowed 3 yards in the second half.
Yeah.
Geno Smith went 16 of 26 for 112 yards and a touchdown. Kenneth Walker had 12 carries for 64 yards.
Damn.
DK had 3 receptions for 47 yards and 1 touchdown. For first half, it looked shaky. Um, and a lot of like stupid penalties. The talent is there
Mhm.
uh, for the Rams.
Mhm.
I think the coaching needs to be better.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to the Bears, I think they need more talent on the outside,
Okay. By the
or
outside,
they
you
need
mean like
better.
secondary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's definitely a fair take.
And Justin Fields has to be better.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I did know Eddie Jackson's their safety. And yeah. But yeah, they definitely need to be better. What was the other thing I had?
And Justin Fields cannot be your leading rusher all the time
No,
if
no.
you expect to be good.
Exactly. And that's kind of sad. Like give the ball to Herbert. He's a good rusher. Um, like
They gave
Fields.
it to him 9 times.
Yeah, what the heck? Fields needs to do his job as a quarterback and throw. I mean, I understand the dual threat, but you can't run it every time. It's just not how the quarterback position works. The main job is
Justin
throwing.
only ran 9 times, but still, he's still their leading rusher. He had the most yards.
Yeah, and can't have that because then he's putting his body on
I
the line
think
too.
I think they should go out and sign Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, or Leonard Fournette.
Nah, playoff Lenny is not playoff Lenny anymore.
Yeah, true. But no, Kareem Hunt's still available. I'm pretty sure there's another couple running backs available, but not as good as Kareem Hunt. It's still shocking to me that he's unsigned. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I believe that the Chargers will be fine because this game with the Miami Dolphins showed a lot. With the Chargers, they have promise to be great. It just depends on Staley to coach them the right way. Um, but yeah, I think they'll be fine. Um,
I think that Staley did a fine job.
yeah,
Granted, his defense did not play well outside of the interception that they had.
yeah.
Uh, Emmanuel Oxford tweeted it. If you go and look, like Herbert got sacked twice or something like that.
Hmm. But can we talk
Because
about
I didn't watch.
okay? Can we talk about the fact that Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa didn't do anything against the Chargers? Against the Miami's offensive line because the Miami's starting right tackle Teron Armstead was out, and Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa didn't do anything to help. That's insane to me.
Well, the about that is that the fact that Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are so fast
Yeah.
because um, Tua was pressured like all night or all game. He was because Tyreek and Jalen are so fast. They get open.
They do, yeah.
Let me just read this tweet from Emmanuel Acho.
Okay.
It says Tua Tagovailoa down by 4 with the game on the line. He goes 5 for 7 for 71 yards and a touchdown. Justin Herbert down by 2 with the game on the line. He gets a grounding call. He gets a sack. He gets a short pass. He gets another sack. Game over.
Mhm.
So either Justin Herbert's either holding onto the ball too long, his receivers aren't getting any space, or the offensive line isn't giving him enough time.
Yeah, that's fair. And the difference between the Chargers and the Dolphins is speed. Like, I know that you can just have speed and not no hands, but Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are fast and they've got great hands. So for them to have that wide receiver tandem and as a duo, that's insane to me because they're great receivers. They're fast. They can catch. They can run routes great. But this was the tweet I was talking about by Nico. He said not enough talk about Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack doing absolutely nothing against Kendall Lamb and Austin Jackson. And that was a fair point
Well, that's
because
fair.
I don't even know who they are. While Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa are big names, and it's kind of concerning. They didn't really. I mean, but then again, like your point with the Tyreek and Waddle get open quick. It's true. Um, yeah,
All right.
but hopefully the Chargers can bounce back from that because I think they can be a great team in the league this year. Um, And if they sell a lead again like they did in the playoffs, they should get rid of Staley because they were winning against the Jaguars last year, 27-0, and then the Jaguars came back and won the game as a seventh seed.
And, and that's a fair point to make, but you can't blame that solely on Staley
Yeah, I mean
because
you're right.
that offense scored what 3 points the entire second half.
Yeah,
Or no, they didn't even score. They lost 30-27.
yeah.
A lot
That's
of
the
it has to do with Justin Herbert.
Yeah. The thing is, the players get so much confidence. They're like, I don't need to play as much anymore, bro. It's playoffs. Put as much points on the board that you can because playoffs matter. You gotta do whatever it takes to win. I don't care if you're winning 50-0. Keep putting points on the board because you do not want to give the other team advantage or any momentum to try and win the game.
Exactly. We've seen too many playoff cutbacks.
Yeah, and it's too much that yeah, wait, what was I gonna say? It happens too much when where it shouldn't. That's all I have to say about those games. The only thing I have to say left is that yeah, the Cowboys are kind of scary on defense.
Yeah, they fucking shut the Giants out.
Yeah, it's insane. Part of me is like it's only the Giants, but another part of me is like watch out. It's it's legit. Stephon
They dropped
Gilmore.
40 on the Giants.
Wow. Stephon Gilmore was the missing piece of the puzzle on the Dallas defense.
They had 7 sacks, 2 interceptions, 3 defensive touchdowns, and a blocked field goal.
Yeah. And They literally just traded for Noah Igbenogany, and he returned the blocked field goal for a touchdown. It's crazy to me. Yo, they really did shut out the Giants 40-0. Holy crap! Yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
so glad I had their defense on my fantasy roster.
Oh yeah, me too. Because I was losing in my fantasy by like 50, and the Cowboys defense literally put me into the position to win it. And he has all his players done. I just have Josh Allen left, and right now I am losing by 19. So maybe Josh Allen can get that much. Who knows? We'll see.
So I'm currently beating Spain. Do you want to know how much by?
How much?
85 points.
Spain needs to quit right now. Trade all his players to you and quit. That's insane.
I'm beating him by 85 fucking points.
That's insane, bro. He should retire. The Dallas Cowboys defense had 7 sacks, 2 ins, three forced fumbles, one fumble reception, 2 defensive touchdowns, and one block field goal. It's crazy, crazy to me. And then tomorrow, Bills Jets, and I still have the Jets winning, but it'll be a good
I
game.
think I have that's winning too.
Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to talk about for that. If you have anything you wanted to talk about, go ahead.
I'm just gonna go over like my fantasy roster score right now
Okay.
because I'm beating Spain 169 to 84. I have
Wow.
Tua who had 36 points. CMC had 42. Tony Pollard had 21. Amari Cooper and Debo Samuel combined for 16. That's whatever. Josh Jacobs only had 8. Greg Joseph only had 5. And the Cowboys defense had 41.
God damn.
Spain, Spain's highest player is Jetta's,
Mm.
who had 27 points.
Wow. Wow. Oh,
The only other person on his roster with double digit points was Amon Ra in the Commanders defense.
that's sad. Um, you just sparked me, and you did spark me the idea because you brought up fantasy, and then I went to my fantasy and I saw a receiver that caught my eye. Debo Samuel, is what made me think of this. Brandon Ayuk is a better receiver than Debo Samuel. I've said it here, and you can hold me to my word. But I believe that Brandon Ayuk's the better receiver. Debo Samuel was like the Swiss Army knife of San Fran last year until CMC got traded there, and then CMC took over what Debo was doing, and yeah, you can see the results now. Debo is like a shadow now because it's either Ayuk or CMC getting it, or Mitchell. I mean, he still's getting receptions, but
Mitchell really didn't do anything.
I know he still has some plays.
I think he
He's
had like one total point.
damn. Yeah, Debo had 5 receptions for 55 yards and 2 rushing attempts for 8 yards. Um, the highest scoring person on my fantasy team was Aaron Jones, tied with the Cowboys defense with 35.
Aaron Jones had 40 points.
35.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns. Hold on, let me go back because I just printed it out. He had 41 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 2 receptions for 86 yards, and 1 reception touchdown.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I had Mike Evans and D Hop on my bench, and Mike Evans had 25, and D Hop had 20. But I mean, AJ Brown had 22, Debo had 16. I could have just replaced Debo with Mike Evans, but I didn't know if he was gonna play because I thought he wasn't going to because of the contract talks. Um,
No, you guys misunderstood what Mike Evans was saying.
yeah, I did.
Mike Evans said that if he didn't get a contract extension by the time the game started today,
the Bucks
that
in
he
2025.
wouldn't play for the Bucks next season.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I kind of misunderstood, but understood part of it. Bro, in my other fantasy league, the highest scoring person for me is Jake Elliott with 21 points and field goals. That's crazy.
Bro, you don't even understand. I'm just gonna go to like my Yahoo league because it's a money league.
Hmm.
Uh, my highest scoring person so far is Cortland Sutton with
What?
13.20 points.
God damn. My
Joe
highest.
Mixon had 10 points. DeAndre Swift had 1 point. George Kittle had 4 points. Mike
Wow.
Williams had 8 points. George Pickens had 8 points.
Bro, that league's in
Zach Moss
shambles.
had 17 points on my bench.
Calvin Ridley's the leader on my one other league, and then Calvin Ridley again with the Cowboys defense. And then in my final league, um, Aaron Jones with 26. Oh, I had Ayuk on the bench with 32,
I had Ayuk on the bench in 3 of my leagues.
and he had more than Jamar Chase and Deontay Johnson combined, and Josh
I don't know
Jacobs
why
in
I
some of
ended
my
up the
leagues.
Steelers.
What was I thinking, bro? What was I thinking?
I should have never drafted a Steeler.
Nah, don't overreact. They played the Niners. They'll be good against the Browns. Watch.
Browns have just as good a defense as the Niners.
What'd you say? What'd you
Like the
say?
Browns, I think the Browns have a top five defense.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm speechless.
What, you don't think the Browns have a top five defense?
If I were to go top five defenses, I would go Niners, Cowboys, uh, Niners, Cowboys. Let me think real quick. Um, let me go. Let me think about each division. NFC East. I don't think the Eagles are a top five defense. They could be. I'll put the Eagles up there because of last season. So that's three. Giants and Washington are not top five. No one in the NFC North is top five. No one in the NFC South is top five. West is only the Niners. The Rams could. I mean, I think the Rams could be a great defense. AFC East. We haven't seen the Jets or Bills defense yet, but I think the
I'd
Jets
give
are
the
top
Jets
five.
defense.
Yeah, I think Jets are top five. Um, who else is in that division? Oh, Patriots. Patriots. Ooh, that's a hard one. I'll have to think about that.
Wouldn't give them top five. I'd give them top 10 now.
Okay. AFC North. So Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Steelers. Dude, that's interesting to me because I think the Steelers have a better defense than the Browns.
I don't. I think the corners are better. I think or the Steelers have the better safety. I think Miles Garrett's better than TJ Watt.
I don't know. I disagree.
Um,
TJ Watt had three
you can
sacks.
disagree all you want.
How many
Greg
sacks did?
Jackson had 3 sacks too. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, Drake Jackson has Javon Hargrave, Nick Bosa, and Eric Armstead all pushing the line, so he could easily get through. And if you put someone else on that defense, like let's say someone on the Rams, put Rams in Drake Jackson's position, he would have the same sacks because the D line's
Okay, but
stacked.
here's the thing. Miles Garrett is a better pass rusher than TJ Watt. They're both in similar situations.
Right, but Miles Garrett can't pull his own. Like T.J. Watt gets double teamed, so does Miles Garrett. And guess who's getting through? T.J. Watt.
Let's look at Miles Garrett's stats
Okay.
last year. We'll take Miles Garrett's best sack record or sack year versus T.J. Watt's. Miles Garrett, look at stats. Miles Garrett had a sack today. Miles Garrett had 16 sacks last year, 16 the year before. He had 12 the year before that, 10 the year before that, 13 and a half before that. Now, let's look at TJ Watt.
T.J. Watt tied the sack record when he missed 4 games.
He tied the sack record 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He had 5.5 sacks last year. Before he tied the sack record, he had 15 sacks in 2020, 14 and a half sacks in 2019,
13 in
and
2018.
13 in 2018,
And 7
and
in
7 his
2019.
rookie year.
Totaling for 80 and a half.
Outside of that 22 and a half sack season, his stats are the same as Miles Garrett.
But better.
I disagree. They came in the same year. TJ Watt only has 4.5 sacks more than
But doesn't that
Miles Garrett.
statistic show that he's better as of right now?
No, because he had that one 22 and a half sack season.
Well, T.J. Watt was
Whereas
better.
Miles has been more consistent
Well,
and available more.
well, if you think about it, Miles Garrett is strictly and purely an edge rusher. T.J. Watt is a linebacker, Sam.
We're not talking about that though.
But we're saying who's more
We're
dominant
talking
or who's
we're
better.
talking strictly edge rusher.
Right, and his stats show that he's a better edge rusher.
I disagree. He only has 4.5 more sacks. I disagree wholeheartedly.
25 forced fumbles. I still think T.J. Watt's better, but I mean we can agree to disagree.
We can.
All right. Anything else you
To
wanted to talk
be
about?
fair, if we're being honest,
Hmm?
TJ Watt plays on the left side of the defensive line
Right, he
when
does.
he does the draft. Whereas Miles plays on the left side. Which player is better, the right tackle or the left tackle?
The right tackle.
The left tackle. No, the left tackle is usually the better one because they have to protect the blind spot of the QB.
Right, yeah, that's right.
That's why Trent Williams plays on the left side.
Yeah. And then for Tua's sake, or left-handed QBs, the right tackle's the better tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a fair argument, but I don't know. It's a hard debate. But I still feel T.J. Watt's better until proven otherwise.
I disagree, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Anything else?
Do I think that Miles Garrett is the better all-around player? No. However, I think when it comes to edge rushing, that and another thing about TJ is you have to understand. Well, yes, he has interceptions. Most of those interceptions come from him being stuffed by an offensive lineman, so he just sits back and waits and tries to bat the pass down and ends up intercepting it.
Yeah, yeah. But isn't that like his job to do? And he does it very well. Because you can have that job and not be able to catch it.
In a way, it's his job, but he's supposed to get after the quarterback.
Hmm. Well, being a Sam, not necessarily. I mean, if you're talking like edge rusher, then yeah, that's his job. But as a Sam, he can play both. Really.
That's what I'm saying is when he lines up as an edge rusher and he starts to rush the edge, a lot of the times he gets stuffed by the right tackle and he'll just then sit right there,
Oh, okay. I get what you're
up
saying
rush the
now.
quarterback and wait for them to throw the ball.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. That's a fair point.
Whereas Miles Garrett doesn't do that.
Right. And I don't even think that's Miles Garrett's intention anyway, because he wants to get to the quarterback.
Exactly.
So then, like, yeah, maybe Miles Garrett's more of a better edge rusher, but T.J. Watt's a better overall player.
Exactly. And that's my point.
Okay. Okay. Then
It was
that
the best defensive player to ever play the game.
I can't. I
And I
can't.
will die on that hill.
I can't agree nor disagree. I'm stuck in an impasse because
Name me one player better.
you're not gonna like it.
Say something stupid. I fucking dare you.
Lawrence Taylor,
No. The only thing that Lawrence Taylor has on Aaron Donald is a MVP.
Reggie White,
When was the last time a defensive player won the MVP?
never. Oh wait. Last one I believe was Ray Lewis.
No, I don't think Ray Lewis won it. I think it was fuck, who was it?
I'm pretty sure Ray Lewis won one. I'll double check.
Last defensive player. It was Lawrence Taylor 40 years ago.
Oh, okay. 4 years ago.
40.
Oh, 40. Sorry, yeah.
And
Oh,
only two defensive players have had an MVP.
I was thinking of Super Bowl MVP. My bad.
No, MVP. He should have won Super Bowl MVP, but like I'm not mad that they gave it to Cub.
Yeah. Um, Reggie White.
No.
Why not?
Reggie White doesn't even.
Well,
He doesn't.
Michael Strahan,
No.
Alan Page,
No.
Warren.
Alan Page played in the 60s
Oh,
and
Warren.
70s. If you say Warren Sapp, I swear to God.
I did say Warren Sapp. Let me think. Deion Sanders. Prime
No.
time, baby. Deion Sanders.
Prime time is not better than Aaron Donald.
I mean,
And I'm going to give you one main reason why. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player of all time. Well, I'm gonna give you like two or three. But Aaron Donald plays defensive tackle.
Right.
He's
And
undersized for a defensive tackle. Nobody in the history of the NFL has been doubled and triple teamed more than Aaron Donald.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
Aaron Donald is a three-time Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald is also a Super Bowl champion.
He
He
deserved
should
that
be a
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah,
He should be a two-time Super Bowl champion, but we'll talk about that.
bro, that Super Bowl
But
sucked. But you guys should have won that.
he's a three-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's an eight-time All-Pro, a nine-time Pro Bowler. I get it. The Pro Bowl is what it is. It's not
I
that
know.
great of an accomplishment,
Yes, it is.
but he is an eight-time first-team All-Pro.
Yeah, Pro Bowl, All Pros, they're both
Aaron
accomplishments.
Donald is simply the greatest defensive player to play the game.
It's just I want to accept it, but a part of me doesn't want to because of like him being in the NFL still. Because I don't know why. To me, a best defensive player in the league, I mean, ever of all time, seems like history. But like it can be broken. Um, let me see. Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Did you not think that Tom Brady was the GOAT when he was playing?
Tom Brady is the GOAT. I know he is. Bro, he's got 7 rings. But I still think Peyton Manning's better.
Peyton Manning's more talented.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's more talented, but Tom Brady's the GOAT. The rings prove it, the stats prove it. He's the GOAT. As much as I hate the guy, well, I wouldn't say I hate him. I dislike the guy.
I
He's the
hate the
GOAT.
player. I like the guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, you understand what I mean now. Well,
Yeah. Tom Brady as a personality, as like a person,
he's like that
he's a
kicker.
go. He's a go guy.
Yeah. Who do you think the best kicker of all time is?
Justin Tucker.
Yeah, there you go. I agree with that. He is the best kicker of all time.
I think Adam Vinatieri is a close second.
Yeah, close second, but he's not the best kicker because that's JT's title. Who do you think the best running back of all time is?
Ooh, that's a
I
good question.
I personally am gonna go with Barry Sanders.
Mm,
It's between him and AP for me.
I don't think AP's up there.
Really,
Yeah,
I think he's top
I
5.
think I think LT's better than AP.
I also like Sweetness.
I think Emmitt Smith's better than AP.
No shot.
Yeah, I'd take Marshall Falk and Eric Dickerson over AP.
I take Eric Dickerson over AP. Yes. I don't know about Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk won an MVP
Marshall Falk.
and a Super Bowl.
He won an MVP and a Super Bowl. Damn. Okay.
Greatest show on turf, bud.
Yeah.
But I think I do agree that Barry might be the best.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Barry or Emmitt Smith?
I don't think think he's top 5, but I don't think he's the best running back. I think my top 5 running backs are Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Eric Dickerson, and Emmitt Smith. That's my top 5.
I think I would go Barry, Emmett, Sweetness, Eric Dickerson, and LT is my 5.
Okay, over Jim. I mean, shit. That's right. LT. I forgot about LT for some reason.
That one season that LT had will always have him in the top 5.
Yeah, I might have
He
to.
had more rushing touchdowns in one season than most quarterbacks had passing touchdowns.
Damn. Okay. Let me. Okay. Okay. Let me rethink. Let me redo my list. Barry Sanders, Walter Payton. I forget what's my. Oh. Okay. Okay. Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Eric Dickerson, Emmitt Smith, and then LT. And then Jim Brown would fall in at 6. There's
Yeah.
just so many great players.
You know what running back doesn't get enough love?
Who?
Steven Jackson.
To be honest, I don't even know who that is. So I agree with that statement.
He was a Rams running back. Rams and Falcons, I guess.
Okay.
He had like 9 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons.
Damn. Okay. That's awesome.
He like top 3 in the Rams rushing leaders.
Okay, not bad. Sheesh. My top 5 receivers would be Jerry Rice, Randy Moss. Actually, scratch that.
James is back.
Huh?
James Joseph's back.
Oh God.
I love James.
Chiefs. What happened?
How do you lose to the Lions?
Yeah, exactly. How do you lose to the Lions? Hey, the Lions are legit.
I don't know about all that, but
I think they're playoff contenders, but I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders. Okay, so Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, T.O., then Randy Moss. And then at 5, who would I put at 5?
wait. Name your first 4 again.
Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, T.O., Randy Moss. I think I would put Julio in 5.
I think I'd put AB in a 5.
I had a feeling you'd bring up
AB,
AB.
AB was so dominant.
He was, but so was Julio. That's why it's so hard to choose between them.
I'd go Julio at 5. Or not Julio, but at 5. Julio at 6. And
Okay.
Cooper Kupp at 7.
Cooper Kupp at 7.
Yep.
Where'd that come from? Bro forgot about Steve Largent, Roddy White, Chris Carter.
Neither one of them have a triple crown.
No, but though we're talking about like dominance, because like we know Randy Moss never won a ring. No, Calvin Johnson never won a ring. I don't even think Randy Moss did either.
I don't think Randy Moss did either.
Yeah, that's yeah, okay. Wes Welker.
but
Um,
Cooper Cup had the most dominant season ever by a receiver. That season alone is going to make him a Hall of Famer.
I want what you're smoking.
Let me put this into perspective for you. Jerry Rice has led at least once in receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns. I'm pretty sure he also won a Super Bowl MVP. He only did those once in his entire career, each. Cooper Cup did it all in one season.
Yeah.
Cooper Cup holds the record for the most receiving yards in a single season from first game to Super Bowl. He broke Larry Fitzgerald's record.
So like, I, when I think of
In that time frame, Cooper Cup had over 2,000 receiving yards. I believe it was over 2,200.
well, wouldn't it be fair to put Tyreek Hill over Cooper Cup then? And a lot of people, because I base off my receiver rankings by impact instead of stats. I mean, not stats, accolades.
And
Sorry,
I was just bullshitting about putting him at 7. I wouldn't actually put him at 7.
dude, bro. I was very concerned and scared. There's so many great receivers, and you were trying to like you were having a very convincing case for like um people that don't know much football, so you would have been very persuasive for them. But like your points do stand; they're very valid. Cooper Cup could be very well in top 20, 30 maybe, which is good because there's a lot of receivers.
I think he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Like
Okay.
I would bet money that one season is gonna boost him into the Hall of Fame. He led in receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and won a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
No receiver in the history of the league has done that all in one season.
Hey, fair enough. It's a great argument to use. He could be Hall of Fame. I guess we'll see. Because I don't know. To me, nowadays they're just throwing everyone into the Hall of Fame. Then again,
I
there's
disagree with that take.
throwing everyone into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, because they only accept what 12 people into the Hall of Fame a year,
Yeah,
and there are how many people have played in the NFL
a lot.
throughout the history of the NFL?
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, you just got to think there's what 53 people on every roster.
Yeah, 53 times
There's
32.
32 teams. That's what?
That is
What's 53?
659. I mean, that is 1,696 players.
And if you just want to go back to the Super Bowl era, that's what 58 years.
Yeah, so 1,696 times 58. That's 98,368 players.
Exactly. So they have to throw people in.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, when you put it into perspective like that, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
There's only like what 200 people in the NFL Hall of Fame right now, or something like that.
oh, I'll look it up. How many people are in the Hall of Fame?
I know it's more than 200.
There's 362.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, there's
362 people out of 98,000.
yeah, yeah. I take back what I said
And
there.
that's not even counting like before the Super Bowl era.
Yeah, damn. It says between 4 and 8 new inductees are normally enshrined every year. Do you think Cooper Cup's a first ballot?
I don't think he'll be a first ballot, but I think he'll be a Hall of Fame.
Okay, okay, then I can respect that. That's very respectable.
I think Aaron Donald's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with that.
I think Andrew Whitworth should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't have much to say on that because I'm not familiar with his game. But yeah,
He played for like
he
16 years.
yeah he played for the Bengals at one point, didn't
Yeah, he got drafted by the Bengals
he?
and
Yeah,
then
that's why.
came to the Rams in 2017.
And won a chip with you.
Yep, went to two.
Yeah, which is
Played his
awesome.
old team in the Super Bowl.
I know it's amazing how things lay out. It's ironic. He was probably heading into that game like, damn, I really have to beat my team that drafted me. Like that's a wild thought.
Mm-hmm. I think Torrey Holt should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think Torrey Holt's better than Cooper Cup.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Who's the other Rams receiver that was really good? Isaac Bruce.
as a Bruce,
Yeah, I don't even know how I just thought of his name. He was good too.
greatest show on turf.
Yeah. Larry Fitzgerald. Surprised
Hall
none.
of Famer, 100%.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of us brought him up. He should have won a ring, but so should
Should
have
have.
Calvin Johnson and Randy Moss and Barry Sanders. A lot of players that deserve a ring never got one, or should I say, most of the great players who didn't get a ring deserve one.
Steven Jackson deserved a ring, but couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. Who do you think is the best franchise in the league?
A lot of people who deserved rings.
Yeah.
Do you think Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer?
No,
I don't either.
I honestly don't. He doesn't have.
Well, let me rephrase that. I I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he doesn't deserve it.
I would like to add on to that. I think the only reason he will be in the Hall of Fame is because he's Peyton Manning's brother.
That's not the only reason.
Oh well, what should I say? He defeated Tom Brady in the Super
The
Bowl
main reason
twice.
that he'll be in there is because he beat the GOAT twice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's pretty much the only reason.
And they're like 9-7 both times.
It's funny how the two quarterbacks that could defeat Brady in the playoffs were both from the NFC East
Oh yeah. Brady's 0-3 in the NFC East
in the Super Bowl, which is insane.
and the Super Bowl. He's 7-0 against everybody else.
Yeah, NFC Beast.
He's never faced an NFC North team in the Super Bowl.
NFC North. Didn't he play the Falcons? Oh, that's South. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's true. He didn't. Wow.
He's played the Seahawks twice.
Dallas. He's played.
Or no, not the Seahawks
No.
twice. He didn't play Dallas.
No, he didn't. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
He's played the Rams twice. He's played the Seahawks once.
The Chiefs.
He's played the Bucks. He's played
The Rams
so the
twice.
Rams twice, the Seahawks once, the Falcons, the Bucks.
And
Oh, who is the other two wins against?
the Eagles and the Giants.
No, those are his losses.
Oh, right, yeah. What am I
I'm
thinking?
thinking of his wins. Who are the other two against? He's beaten the Seahawks once.
The Chiefs.
No. I'm thinking strictly when he was with the Patriots.
Oh, on the Patriots. Okay.
Yeah.
We need Devin in here for that one. He remembers all of them.
He's played the Seahawks once, the Rams twice. He played the Bucks, I believe. He played the Falcons. Let me just look it up.
Yeah. Mine as well.
Oh, I'm fucking around. Tom Brady Super Bowls. Damn, I found it right. He beat the Rams. He beat the Panthers. Oh, he did beat the Eagles once.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh, in
back in 2000.
04.
He lost to the Giants twice. He beat the Seahawks, beat the Falcons, lost to the Eagles, beat the Rams again. So he's 1-3 against, or 1-2 against. No, he's 1-3.
Yeah, 1-3 against the East of the NFC.
Yep, and he is 6-0 against everybody else.
Yeah.
It took way too long to figure out.
Yeah, it did.
My brain was not working.
Yeah, I mean, it happens to the best of us sometimes. It really do be like that.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Amen to that, brother. Um, what else should we do trivia?
We can.
Okay. And we'll do that then. Camera going off.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, I'm sharing my screen now.
Just a second.
No problem. It's not even live yet.
But
Okay. Let me know when you can see, sir.
all right, I can see.
Okay. You can still see?
Just a second. I'm rotating my screen. Yep, I can see.
Okay. All right. Weddle first.
You good, Sweeney?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Weddle.
All right. You start with AJ Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, he's not in NFC East. He's not a receiver. He's not on Eagles. Taller than 6'1", older than 26, lower than 11. Okay, I got an idea. He's not an option. Oh, he's defensive player. Okay, so let me think here. It's offensive
I don't
players.
think Matt Judon is older than 26 either.
Really? You sure? I think he's 29.
Yeah, I think he's younger than that.
Okay. I'm gonna go with let me see. He's lower than 11, so let me think of AFC receivers. Oh, is it McCole
It's
Hardman?
not a, it's not a receiver.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, duh. So it's probably a quarterback then. Let's go with
Oh, I know who it is.
who is it?
Oh, that's who I thought it was.
Oh, not in the AFC West. Oh yeah, he's short. Number 3. So I think it might be
It is a QB.
um,
Aaron Rodgers.
oh wow, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you go. Okay, Aaron Donald to start with. Okay, he's defensive player. Younger than 32. He's probably in the AFC. I'm gonna go with a
He's in the
guess.
AFC.
I'm gonna see if. Oh wow, linebacker is in the AFC.
Let's go with Matt Judon.
Go Judon.
Yeah. I just want to see how old he is.
Wow, he's 31. Wow, look at that. 3 guesses is crazy to me. All right, let's try Draftle.
Yeah.
You start with AJ Brown 2 here.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Second round. Not in the AFC South or AFC in general. Not in
Could be
20.
2018 or 2017.
2017. Ooh, okay.
Not a receiver.
So it's got to be 2017. Not in the East. So it could be the West.
Not a tight end. Um,
Could it be Todd Gurley?
no, Todd Gurley was a first rounder.
Oh,
Todd Gurley was in 2015, I think.
okay.
Um,
Was CMC a first
let's
rounder?
try. Do it.
CMC?
CMC was a first rounder in 2017.
Okay.
Let's try Daryl Henderson.
He doesn't even pop up.
Wow. Um, try Aaron Jones. I don't think he was a first rounder.
Okay. Oh, running back in the NFC North.
The NFC North.
Okay, I know to go then.
Alvin?
That's what I was gonna go.
I
Yep.
feel like that's the only option, yeah.
Okay, it's not a first rounder. It is a defensive player though. Not an NFC. So then I'll go. Okay. I know where I'm gonna go.
It's got to be at least 2017.
Sorry, shit. Okay. Damn.
So it's got to be at least 2020 now. Um, go with Charvarius Ward.
Not even an option.
All right, then let's go with Jimmy Ward. Fuck it.
Not a defensive back.
Damn, Jimmy Ward's been in here forever.
Oh, I got a good one.
No. Damn it.
What?
I knew it wasn't Vaughn because of the year he got drafted.
Oh, well, I wanted to guess a linebacker because to make it look confirmed because I know we have 6 guesses. Yeah.
So it's in the AFC North or the AFC South. Is Josh Allen rostered as a linebacker?
Yes.
Let's try him.
Okay, it's got to be
So
2020.
it's 2020 or 21.
It's got to be in AFC North as well. Oh,
Patrick Queen.
good guess. I was gonna guess. Okay.
So it is 2020 draft class.
Yeah. Oh, wait, shit, never
What is Sam Hubbard rostered as?
mind. And 2020 draft class? Why can't
Yeah.
it wasn't TJ Watt. It wasn't. Oh, maybe it
No,
was.
TJ and Miles both were 2017.
Was it Devin Bush?
It could be.
Never mind. I know it's a Bengals linebacker. I can't think of his name though. It's not Hubbard.
Hendrickson's a D tackle, isn't he?
Yeah, Hendrickson's a tackle. Crap, I can't think of his name.
Rip Sam Hubbard just so we can make sure it's not Cincinnati.
Okay. Yep, that's what I thought.
It is Cincinnati.
Oh, it's number 3. Oh,
It's
third
third
round.
round pick.
Duh. I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of his name? That is frustrating. Um, it's number 50 something.
What the fuck's his name?
Bro, I know who it is as well because I know he was drafted
What
that
is
year.
his name?
It's so frustrating. Okay. I remember now. It's either Logan Wilson or Jermaine Pratt. It was Logan Wilson. That was who was drafted. I want to see what year he was drafted. I mean, sorry, what pick he was. I guess I can't really see it. Oh, okay. 65.
But I'm gonna go ahead and hop off soon.
Okay. Alright, guys, that wraps up our video today. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I know that Romario and Spain could not make it. Hopefully that'll change for the next one. I should have my new camera by the time the next one comes out. Anyway, consider hitting the subscribe button and check out our other episodes of the podcast where we give our predictions, talk about other league news, and yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content we put out and take care. I hope your team, whoever is watching, I hope your team does well this year. And thank you for watching. Peace.